Well, I think both teams will be pretty desperate to get the points. So you're going to see two teams that aren't going to roll over. It'll probably be back and forth. And, I can't speak for what you're going to see out of Dundee, but definitely out of us, it's going to be a lot of hard work, a lot of desperation to, to win these games and do what it takes. So, we talked about this great atmosphere in a dressing room that, we've had since the start of the year, but that's something that I'm sick of talking about it in the dressing room stuff. Don't get me wrong, it's important, but I want to see that out in the ice. I want to see guys sticking up for each other. I want guys diving in front of pucks. I want guys second effort to bury pucks, to get to loose pucks, and and just to get that 2 points at the end of the game. You have to have that absolute desperation, and I think that we come out and play like that, good things happen for this club, especially at home. But we've been relatively successful up in Dundee, so hopefully we can transfer over there as well.
The last 4 games is over and done with. We had some tough games. Yeah, we lost some games, but played some decent hockey against Cardiff and Sheffield, and just came up a little bit short. But yeah, this weekend's huge. I mean, this is a pivotal point in the season. Dundee's got a little bit of a gap on us right now. I think it's 4 points and a game in hand. So we definitely got to take both these games, and our concentration's on tomorrow night at home. And we've been playing well at home, and we're confident at home. So we got to just make sure that we execute our game plan and do it for 60 minutes.
Well, I mean, obviously that first line, they're making waves around the league. I think they're, right up in the top 5 of scoring, the 2 of them. With Bagger, and they're making an impression. They got 4 pretty, solidish D back there, and their goaltender stops a lot of rubber. And that second line of Hutchie and McLean, they're picking up as well. So, but we have to stick to our game plan. We can't just focus on individual players on their team. We have to come out. We had a meeting with the guys the other night, stress the importance of not taking nights off, of making the big push in this last 10 weeks of the season. Sometimes it's easy, you get this 10 weeks, you take a few nights off, you drop points here and there. Next thing you know, you drop, right onto that bubble of the playoffs, and everything's up in the air the last couple of games of the season, and that's definitely not what we want. So certainly this weekend and the following weekend against Hull, absolutely huge for the club.
Everyone should be playing. Obviously, besides Casey won't be available this weekend. His injury hasn't come along as quite as quickly as we'd hope. But I think we were being a bit hopeful, trying to get him back early than an injury of that type. So, we're not going to rush him back in the lineup. It's could we use him for these games? Absolutely. I mean, he's a huge part of this team and would definitely make us a stronger team. But we're not going to bring him back for one weekend and risk losing him for the whole season. So, when Casey's ready back, he's a battler. When he's ready to go and he feels that he's not even 100%, but when he can get through a game, he'll be ready to go. And hopefully we get him back sooner than later.
Braehead Clan this week making some changes. Do you know much about their new coach?
No, just by reputation, but I know it was certainly a wealth of experience and winning attitude takes a club a long way. And you know what? Sometimes changes are good, but sometimes they can be negative. There's been a lot of controversies surrounding the team this year. But that's no concern of mine. We just try to use that to our advantage. We haven't been extremely as successful as I'd hoped against that club. We've been very close a number of times, and we've let a few things slip. But anytime we face him in the future, we'll be coming out and we'll be gunning for him, because we'd like to knock him onto that top spot.
We're not that bothered with what's going on in Braehead. Like I said, we're at the point of the season now where we got to focus on what we got to do. We learned our lessons a couple weeks ago. We played a Braehead team that was apparently going through some turmoil and came in here with 11 skaters, and they rolled us over. So I think our main focus has got to be what we're doing and what's going on in this room. If you get caught up in what other teams are doing and speculating like most people do, then you just you get turned over. And whatever happens there, I'm sure they have the resources to bring some guys in, and I'm sure they'll end up being a tough team to beat. And even through the troubles they've had, they're still sitting pretty good in our conference and in the league. So like I said, our main focus is what's going on in this room and our guys. Me and dudes are constantly looking at what's available and what we can do to make this team a better hockey club. plain and simple. I mean, we say it week after week. If we get the green light to bring a guy in, we won't hesitate. I mean, that's what we want to do. And you know what? But me and Dutes don't crunch the numbers. Me and Dutes don't handle the money and balance the books. So you know, obviously, if economically it works for this team, then and we can bring a guy in, fantastic, makes us a better team, and we'd love to bring a guy in. But you know, if it starts putting this franchise in jeopardy, then, you know, and it's not the best solution, then, you know, we're prepared to battle through to the end with what we have, and we're confident with the guys we have. That's not saying that another guy wouldn't make a difference, because it would. Definitely makes us a stronger hockey club, but you know, me and Dutes are committed to the guys we have here, and hopefully if we get that green light, we can move on a guy.
These things, they can happen relatively quickly if you get on with it and stuff like this, and we've looked at a number of players, and these things are kind of sitting in place. If we got the green light to do something like that, it's something that would help this club and make the push through. Don't know if it's something necessarily the directors are keen to do, but we've been fighting for it behind the scenes. And you know, if it happens, well, we'd love to help, especially with missing out a guy like Casey. I think that's hurt us, and will continue to hurt us until we get him back. I've said time and time again that one player doesn't make a club, but Casey is you know, right at the heart of this club, and I mean, his contribution hasn't gone up unnoticed by, you know, the entire team, and as well the people that pay to watch him every week. So we need him back, but he'll get back soon enough. But if we got another guy, just gives us more depth, and you know, and eliminates any excuses and nowhere to hide. So we'd love to welcome another player, but you know, we'll see what happens.